Hello, once again, this is Cyrus Help from West Los Angeles College with an Etudes tip on the paste and import method of bringing in assessment questions, maybe from a test bank from the publisher, maybe from a Word document that you have that has a whole bunch of questions. And this is a shortcut, so you'll be able to bring all of your questions in at one time and not have to bring them in one by one, which is very time consuming. So step one, we're going to open up Firefox and go into our Etudes site. And then we're going to click over here on the left. We're going to click Assignments, Tests, and Surveys. And then click on Question Pools. From the Question Pools page, we're going to click Import. And from the Import page, we're going to click Paste Questions and Import. There's a few options. If you have a publisher that's giving you a test bank that's a QTI file, you can use this method here. Or if you're bringing something in from eCollege, then there's one down here. But for our demo, we're going to use Paste Questions and Import, so click on that. And here we have our box to put in our formatted questions. And here we have a link that's going to show us how to format those questions. So I'm going to click on this View Instructions link. And that's going to open up this window which gives you samples of how properly formatted questions should look. Each one's a little different. There's multiple choice single answer, multiple answer, true false, fill in the blank, matching, etc. So you kind of want to do, I prefer to do these one at a time. So if I'm doing a whole bunch of multiple choice questions, I'm only going to do those. I'm not going to mix them with matching questions. The reason I do it that way is because the matching questions I usually give more points value to, and when I assign a point value to the whole entire pool, I like to do it that way. So I find doing it separately is easier. So for this demo, we're going to do multiple choice single answer. So I'm going to click on this, and that's going to give us these examples here of how it should be formatted. You can see in the first example they've included feedback, and how this is how you would format feedback. This is how you would format a hint, and if you want to make the answers shuffle, you would write shuffle underneath, etc. For our purposes, we're just going to do it this way, the simpler way, where it's just a straight answer and possible, or straight question and possible answers. So we're going to keep this window open for reference, and then I'm going to open up my test bank file. Definitely want that window open. Here's my test bank that I got from my publisher. And as you can see, these questions from the publisher do not resemble the properly formatted questions that Etudes likes. So to get these to look like these, we're going to want to open up on a Mac, it's Text Edit. On a PC, it's Notepad. And basically, these are just basic text programs that allow you to make a document that's not encumbered by all of the weird formatting that Microsoft Word likes to throw in. So I'm going back into my Word file. I'm only going to highlight 3 questions, but for you at home, you might want to do the whole shebang in one go. So basically, I highlighted them by clicking in the document, holding down my left mouse key, and just dragging it over everything I want to copy. I'm using my keyboard shortcut, which on a Mac is Apple C. On a PC, it is Control C. That will copy what I want. And then I'm going to go back into my text edit file, click in there, and then it's Apple V to paste, or on a PC it's Control V to paste. So I pasted it in, and as you can see, good old Microsoft Word makes it look kind of funky. So to get rid of all this formatting, I'm going to highlight it using the method I just described. And then I'm going to go up here. I'm still in text edit. I'm going to click on format. And it might be different on Notepad, but there'll be something that looks like this. This says make plain text. On Notepad it might say remove formatting. Either way, you're going to want to click on it. And then it says convert this document to plain text. Yes. And it just means it's going to strip it of all that other formatting that I don't want. So I'm going to click OK. And there it goes. Now it's bare bones. And now what I want to do is make it look exactly like the examples shown. So I'm going to take out all of this space. I'm just highlighting it all and clicking delete. I'm going to move up these answers and put a space in between the letter and the answer. I know from past experience that Etudes does allow A, B, C, D, even though in the examples it says, oh yeah, it does have A, B, C, and D. So it can either be letters or numbers for your answers. That's nice. And then I know from my answer key down here that the question 1, the answer is A, so I'll put a little asterisk there. And then I'm going to delete all this extra space. I'm going to leave one space in between each question and then reformat each one. It's a little time consuming, but compared to having to put each of these in separately into Etudes, it actually is a big time saver. And do not forget to put in the asterisks. Otherwise, Etudes will think it's an essay question or something, or a fill in the blank, and it'll give you problems. It has to be exact for this method to work. So I'm taking out all of the spaces. I'm looking it over. Looks good to me. So I'm going to just close this Word file. So I'm going to go back into Etudes, bring my little text file over, and I'm just going to do the little highlight, my copy, and click in here at the top and click paste, and then click OK. That's going to create this question pool, which is currently untitled and currently has no points. So I want to change that. I'm going to click on that pool, and in yours it'll be called untitled as well. And then I'm going to click Edit Pool Properties. I'm going to put in a new title. These are Chapter 1 questions, and they're multiple choice. You can title it anything you want. And I'm going to assign a point value of 1, and that means that each question is going to be worth 1 point. And when I'm done with that, I click Done. And now I have my newly renamed pool, Chapter 1 multiple choice, 3 questions, 1 point each. So let's go ahead and make a test. So I'm going to click on Assessments. I'm going to click Add. I'm going to name it Chapter 1 Quiz. And I'm going to select Draw. I'm not going to do Add or Select, but you could, but I'm going to do Draw because this is a quick way to do it. Clicked on Draw, and then it's going to show all of your pools if you have more than one, but I only have the one pool. And you're going to click in this little box next to the pool, and you're going to type in a number of how many questions you want to draw from that particular pool. If you have a whole bunch of pools, you can draw questions from any one of them. So if I had another one that was Chapter 1 essay or Chapter 1 matching, I could draw questions from those pools, but for this example, I'm just going to draw all 3 questions, so I'm going to type in 3 there. Click Done. And then I'm going to scroll down and click Done again. And so I have my new Chapter 1 quiz. I'm going to test drive it just to make sure, because whenever you do the paste and import method, you want to test drive your quiz. I'm going to click Begin. So here we go. Who wrote The Myth of the Cave? This looks correct. Click Plato. Everything looks normal. Question 2. I'll get this one wrong on purpose. And then question 3, I'll do the right one. And then I'll click Finish. Yes. And sure enough, if I click Review, it's going to say I got 2 out of 3, and it's going to show me all the answers. So I got the first one and the third one right. I got the second one wrong. But more importantly, it worked. So that's a brief explanation of the paste and import method. There may be a little learning curve. You might try it and forget to put a little thing in or format it incorrectly. Definitely use these samples as your guide. They will explain all you need to know, and you want to make it look exactly the same as it is in there. So that's my tip for the day. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.